Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Raw Wrap Up. I am your host, Mad Mike, and with me, I know that this feels weird. I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done a show opening. But yeah, we have Sorgatron's not here. Sorgatron is actually in Cleveland. He was there live for Raw. If you saw him, I hope you chopped him. But with me is our friend in the mainstream media, Matt Carlins. How are you, sir?
Undertaker! That's all. This is extremely weird. I'm used to being in the Sorgatron Media Studios, but because there is no Sorgatron in Pittsburgh, I must come to you from my chair. So here I am. Excellent. Happy to be along for the ride, though. No man should have to talk about Monday Night Raw alone. He should always talk about it with a friend. So this is kind of like a support group.
And we are speeding down that road to WrestleMania. Like we're almost there. Like we just passed the last checkpoint. You know, there's no more rest stops. There's only, there's 2 exits. That's it, Matt. 2 exits.
There's going to be a show here in Pittsburgh tomorrow night.
Oh, man.
The SmackDown crew is going to be here.
Oh, man.
We'll see who shows up for work at that one.
Smack Deezy for Sheezy.
John Cena has no path.
John Cena has a path. He just doesn't want to acknowledge those paths. John Cena could say, I'm going to be Braun Strowman's partner. John Cena could say, I'm going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
John Cena could say, I will play, bass for Elias when he does his live performance.
Wouldn't that be a treat?
That would be a treat.
Wouldn't that just be a delight? Or he could be like a gangster in the background of Triple H's elaborate entrance.
Boy, that'd be interesting.
I think that'd be even funnier. Like if it's just spot John Cena all night and he's doing random backstage tasks. All right.
So the consensus I got from the Twitter machine is that John Cena is being kind of a jerk. I mean, it is kind of rude to call out a random, supposedly retired wrestler and demand that he come out of retirement just so that you can have a path to WrestleMania. I mean, as someone was tweeting earlier, I don't see him screaming for King Kong Bundy to come out of retirement so he can have a WrestleMania match, or I don't hear him calling out the Great Khali so he can have a WrestleMania match. No, he's got to call out the poor Undertaker. Big match, John. Coming off kind of a jerk in this whole thing, but perhaps that's by design.
Well, I mean, I think he's kind of doing like his own competitive thought experiment. Like I think he's apparently. Oh my God, Matt Collins.
Yes,
I just got a notification on my phone. We're apparently competing with a wrap up live from the parking garage. We are competing amongst Sorgatron media entities. This is truly the Woken universe.
This is good stuff.
This is truly the Woken universe. This is great. But so Undertaker didn't show up tonight.
Nope.
He didn't show up.
Do you think he'll show up next week? Or are we getting the no-show build a la Undertaker, Bray Wyatt before WrestleMania 31? A very similar setup. I mean, Bray was basically just the whole time just kind of like, come on, Undertaker, come on, Undertaker. I mean, and after WrestleMania 30, when he had the streak broken, there was really no, really hard set kind of statement about whether or not Taker was going to come back or whether that was it. So here we are, all over again.
But there was like some sort of response, even though Taker didn't show up in person. There was a response.
I believe he lit the rocking chair on fire. I think that was the response.
Yes. Now, here's what I want to happen. I want Michelle McCool to come back next week. And I want Cena to give her an AA. Yes. Yes. No, that's
All
what
right,
I want. Because
let me
if there's
throw
one
out an
thing.
idea that can actually happen in real life. Maybe if Michelle McCool comes back, and Nikki will come out, and Nikki will hit the Rack Attack 2.0 on Michelle McCool, and that will
And
set
then
up
we have John Cena and the Bellas versus the
versus
Undertaker
Undertaker
and
and
Lay
Lenny
Cool.
Cool. Exactly.
Naturally.
And Mania is upon us. Maybe John Cena, maybe in a similar vein to the Bray Wyatt setup, John Cena will come out next week, and as he is holding up his dish rag for all to see, a lightning bolt will come down from the ceiling and ignite his dish rag on fire. And he will throw it to the ground, and
Oh,
that'd be
that
awesome.
would be
That would be
fantastic.
badass if they could pull it off, but probably not safe. So,
No, that doesn't sound like it would be safe at all. But no, I don't know. I think we do have some sort of answer next week. Because they're not going to go into WrestleMania without that match being actually booked, I don't think.
well, especially if, as I believe, that match will probably be the main event. I mean, I think that match is probably going to go on last in the whole show.
I don't know.
So, yeah, it'd be a good idea to have that locked in before you head into that.
Now, I have a question. This may be a broader conversation, but I mean, honestly, there was a lot on Raw. Not a lot happened tonight. Like, we're gonna get into something that I thought was awesome, but a lot of it was kind of rehashed from last week. But
This is a very very much that they are getting close to WrestleMania when they go into like hard safe mode.
yeah,
With all their shows, and you just are not getting a lot of action. You're just getting a lot of
like a lot of video packages, a lot of in-ring segments, like, and
Yeah.
it was fine. Like, a lot of it was good, but like a lot of it was just okay. Yeah, so this is still happening, guys. But what version of the Undertaker do you think we're getting at WrestleMania, if we're getting him indeed?
Oh, I don't think he's going to ride out on a motorcycle. I'll say that much for sure. But
I think he is.
no, I don't think he's coming on a motorcycle. I just don't think that's. I mean, think of all the mannerisms that Cena's using. He's doing all of Undertaker's sit-up taunts and things like that. Although maybe the reason that's not working is because that is not compatible with the Undertaker's American Badass gimmick, and maybe what John Cena needs to do is kind of like rock off his own Limp Bizkit.
He needs to call out Booger Red.
You call out Booger Red, and maybe take a tire iron to his hog, and then I don't know. I mean, what can we do?
That's why I think Michelle McCool might be a play with this. Like, I think she could come out and she can come out and she can be like, John, you need to stop this. Like, obviously he doesn't give her an AA, but he goes old school Cena and cuts a rap art and saying that, like, he's not good in the sack, stuff like that. Like, and then you get, well, I'm a cowboy badass.
I think you got to also consider the paying customers who will be at WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not coming to WrestleMania to see the Undertaker ride out in his motorcycle. I mean, people are there to see.
I am. I will die a happy man if
about
I see him as American Badass.
Like, for example, say someone like I were to be at WrestleMania this year for the very first time, having never been at a WrestleMania before, and I'm like, wow, the Undertaker is actually even going to show up. I might actually get to see the Undertaker do his 20-minute entrance at WrestleMania, but no, I get Kid Rock and a motorcycle instead. See, that would be. I just don't know if that would play. I don't know if that's a good move.
If it makes you feel better, the entrance with the motorcycle will probably still take 20 minutes.
I have not seen the length of the ramp yet, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, it's gonna take 20 minutes. I mean, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a long entrance, that's for sure.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what else there is to say about this. It's kind of funny whenever they're not announcing a match, but every week of TV is telling you that it's such a classic WWE thing to do. It's just a classic wrestling thing to do. This isn't happening. This isn't happening. But if they tell you it's not happening enough times, you just understand this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's happening. We just don't know when it's going to be official and in what form it's going to happen. But it's happening. I'm very excited for it.
Uh,
So Matt, we need to talk about something else that happened on Raw.
yes.
Um, Matt, I have a question. Are you familiar with the cartoon Popeye?
Which version? Like,
Like the old school version, like he eats spinach, he gets the anchor in his bicep, like everything.
right.
Okay, we had a Popeye moment tonight on Raw because someone almost literally said, "That's all I can stands. I can't stands no more." And Bayley just went off on Sasha Banks.
Oh.
Like, and then they just beat the crap out of each other.
It was weird because it was like Sasha threw the first punch, right?
Yes.
Because like my first instinct was like, oh, this is Sasha's heel turn, and then they just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and I was like, kept watching it. I was like, I don't think this is a turn. It seems
No,
like this
I
is
think it
status
is
quo.
though. I think it
So
is though. Because Bayley actually stood up to herself and then she's like and then she said to Sasha, the titular, you can't beat me.
right.
Because that's what this is basically. Like, and I thought it was really good. I wish we were getting a one-on-one match. I'll say that.
There's a lot going on this WrestleMania card, so
Yeah,
at
like
least they're not trying to. I'm really happy that they're not just kind of like shoveling women into these championship matches like they've done in years past. And we are apparently getting two distinct one-on-one women's championship matches at WrestleMania. That's progress, Mike. Do you know how long it's been since there's been a one-on-one women's match at WrestleMania?
well, we had one last year.
Did we?
Wasn't Alexa versus Naomi
No.
one-on-one?
No, there were like four other people in that
Oh,
match.
right. That was yeah, there were more people in that match. Okay, that's my bad. Um
Don't
yeah,
quote me on
that's
it,
true.
but I'm going to say it's been almost, I'm going to guess it's been over a decade since there's
Oh,
been a one-on-one women's
I
match
don't
at
think it's
WrestleMania.
been that long.
We're going to go to the videotape and we're going to check
Yeah,
on that.
we'll do some
But
independent research
I'm
on that.
saying this with a pretty fair degree of confidence. So we're going to see if I'm right. We will find out. So Brock and Roman did a thing, right?
They kind of did the same thing they did last week.
Except without the handcuffs.
Yeah, although all right, now I have a question. I have a question for you, Matt Carlins.
Hmm.
Did Paul Heyman admit that he sent out fake U.S. Marshals to handcuff Roman Reigns last week?
You know,
Because
that would
that's what it sounded like to me.
that would be a helpful story detail because not only does it help explain why Roman is not in federal prison at the
Yep.
moment, but it also makes Roman seem pretty clever that he would detect that, um, since he clearly lashed out at the marshals because he knew that they were not legit. So it kind of works on multiple levels. It makes Roman look smart. It makes Heyman look devious, and it makes the marshals look like indie guys.
It
Um,
makes Brock look kind of weak, though.
Brock hasn't even been showing up. Like what are you hoping for from?
No, I know, but like, if that's really the case, it kind of makes it look like um that and that Paul can't depend on Brock. That's kind of what it seems like to me.
Well, I don't know. I mean, who really needs a reason to hatch a devious plan? I mean, Brock has been battering Roman at every turn, um, during this build-up. So
That's
at
true.
least whenever Brock shows up, he's been battering Roman. uh,
But yeah, like, and they're still trying to get. Is the sympathy thing working for you? Like, do you feel bad for Roman Reigns?
no, I never feel bad for Roman Reigns.
Yeah, neither do I. Like, I think in the moment it can work to let people feel bad for Roman Reigns, but that WrestleMania crowd ain't gonna feel bad for Roman Reigns.
No, and that's kind of getting back to what match should go on last and that thing. I have convinced myself that they should do Brock and Roman first, in front of while the crowd is still all heated up. Get it out of the way, have their big match, and get out of the way. Because if they try that
would
match
actually
again,
be amazing. That would be amazing.
yeah, because it would be a great knockout, drag them out, and the fans would be so excited by the fact that they're just getting this match now that they wouldn't have time to think about how they're supposed to feel about Roman. So it might work out for everyone. I guess we'll see how things play out. I think that's a good idea, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that because everything else is really, it's a stacked card.
It's very stacked. And I mean, honestly, like when you look at some of the stuff that you feel like can really get the crowd going, I mean, no one can get a crowd going like Cena. I mean, that's why you put him way the hell at the end of the show. I mean, Rousey, Daniel Bryan, perhaps coming back to have a match. I mean, those three things alone, those are three things. I mean, it's amazing how much, I mean, how many other matches are just kind of like just swallowing up and drowning out, the Brock Roman thing. Like I think about, even though Styles Nakamura hasn't been that, a great, build up to this point, but
they're two faces.
It's still highly anticipated. Charlotte and Asuka, people are going to be freaking out over that. I mean, that's five or six things right there that are probably more highly anticipated than Brock and Roman at this point. So,
see, the thing is, it's not that I don't anticipate the match. I think the match is going to be great. I don't anticipate the ending because we know what that ending is.
I think
the ending is
we thought we did the end. We thought we knew the ending 3 years ago too, and it didn't work out being that way.
But there's no loophole this time.
No, there's no loophole.
There's no loophole this time. By the way, I found out through my crack researching team that you were absolutely correct, Matt Collins. The last
don't do it. Don't do it. No, I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay. Because I think I know.
Okay.
I think it was Mania 23.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think it was Melina versus.
You're right. You're right there. You're right there.
Who did she beat up? Oh my God! It was somebody terrible. No, couldn't have been. Not Kelly.
Nope.
No.
I will say it was a lumberjill match.
I know. I could see them all, and that's why it's so hard for me to focus in on who was actually the opponent.
All right, I will give you a 2-word hint.
Is it a Diva Search winner?
Be yourself.
That doesn't help me. No, it was Ashley Massaro.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
that was the title of her song.
Good job. Thanks for speaking that in my brain.
Melina versus Ashley Massaro was the last one-on-one match for a women's championship at a WrestleMania. So
over a decade.
Yeah, I think Charlotte and Asuka might close the show.
It's hard to do that when you've got Ronda Rousey on your card too. I mean, that's tough to do.
Here's the thing: it's title versus streak.
Yeah, I know.
It's title versus streak, and I think the Road Warriors are not winning tomorrow night on Mixed Match Challenge. So this will truly be the first time they've ever been in the ring across from each other.
I don't think I'm all for that happening someday. I think when it happens, it has to be earned, for lack of a better term. Not that this match can't get to that point, but when you look at the other stuff that's on the card and kind of how we've gotten to this point for the Charlotte Asuka match, it doesn't feel WrestleMania main event to me.
The only reason
now, if you fast forward a year from now and you tell me we're going to get, but if you fast forward a year from now and you tell me we're going to get undefeated Asuka versus Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania, then I'm starting to get interested in.
I don't
maybe seeing that as the main event.
I don't want that at all.
Why don't you want that?
I don't want Asuka to be undefeated for that long.
Oh, well, it's been nice this long. I don't see any reason to stop now.
Yes, but that's because there hasn't been a title involved.
Right. Well, there was a title involved in NXT. She was undefeated for 235 days at that title.
Yes, Matt. How many title defenses did she have in NXT? How many times was she on that show?
I don't have that information.
If she's on SmackDown, She's on that show every week.
Yeah, I know.
That's where it becomes problematic for me. That's where it becomes problematic for me. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Matt, was there anything else on Raw that struck your fancy, sir?
The Carl Anderson's boots, white hot.
Okay.
I was just I don't know what it is. Things that happen when you watch too much wrestling. You just watch and watch and watch, and nothing registers. And then one day, Carl Anderson's wearing white boots, and you're like, "Hot damn! Look at Carl Anderson's boots."
All right. I will say this: the Miz TV segment, they got me.
They got me too.
They got me because here I am, and because I'm a booker, I'm like, oh my god, please let this be the reveal that the Miz is bringing in the Authors of Pain as his new Miztourage. Because if there's anything the Authors of Pain need, it's a talker, and God, imagine Miz being flanked by those two guys. That would be amazing. But alas, we still have the Miztourage. It was good though. They got me.
Yeah, that was pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I thought, just other people who just stood out to me over the past couple of weeks, like Mickie James has been really good the last couple of weeks. Besides, kicking people on the outside of the ring in her high heels, she's actually doing, good matches with Nia. Braun's still doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. She's going a little hardcore country. I like it.
Yeah, Braun's doing his thing. It's getting very intriguing. I don't think we're going to get the reveal on the tag partner until Mania, so it better be good.
Ooh, really? You see? I don't think there's no way they're going to have two big surprises like that for Mania. There's no way. Like, I think next week we see a handicap match, and that's where Braun loses and gets saved by his partner.
And who would that partner be? Wait, what's the other?
What? Taker. If Taker's going to show up or not.
Well, we're discussing as far as at Mania itself.
Yeah, well, we don't even know what's happening on SmackDown yet, too. I mean, as of right now, Kevin Steen and El Generico aren't booked, so.
Yeah, I know they might have one less match to worry about on the SmackDown side, the way things are going right now.
Yeah, have you seen their Twitters?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, Kevin Steen and El Generico. Hey, maybe we can get them to show up at the Impact vs. Lucha show.
But I tell you what, El Generico would fit right in. So
yeah, he would.
And they could probably figure out something to do with Steen too. Those guys are pretty clever.
Absolutely. I'd like to see Steen versus Mil Martes. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think that'd be all right. No, I mean, I think, I really feel like they're going to hold off the Braun thing until Mania. Even if he does lose a handicap match, somebody's got to come back. And I mean, Elias, I don't know. It doesn't feel like they're going in that direction. I mean, he hasn't really talked about it. Did he talk about it tonight during his little music interlude?
He's not really. He said he was going to put on a performance for WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's gonna do a show.
Yeah, he might just do the mid-Mania talk segment where he gets interrupted by legends.
Hey, you're not getting Flo Rida this year. Instead, Elias will be performing the mid WrestleMania concert.
I'm honestly okay with that.
I'd like to see Flo Rida and Elias together in concert. That'd be pretty sweet. I'd like to see them mash it up. Yeah, so I think we're going to find out at Mania who Braun's partner is. It better be good.
Yeah.
Might be Joe. I'm feeling like it's going to be Joe. I mean, they have some history. I feel like that might be the way.
What if it's a rebooted Bray Wyatt?
That would be weird.
like Bray Wyatt wanders out with no memories. He just sees the guy that has a beard like him, like, hey man.
Do you think we'll see Bray before Mania?
No.
Raw after Mania?
Or if because they said there's a shakeup coming. If the shakeup happens right after Mania, we can see him SmackDown after Mania.
Yes, I can't wait for the graphic during the Superstar shakeup of SmackDown has received the vessel of the devourer of terrestrial entities, and but just the vessel.
I do appreciate appreciate how Matt Hardy referenced Andre the Giant.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
The like, largest thing, number 8 or something like that. Like that was,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah,
All
good
right,
stuff.
so Matt, how much of Raw was watchable for you?
I mean, despite all the other junk, I made it to the end, which is more than I could say on most work nights. So I actually watched the entire show and did not fall asleep one time. So I got to give him credit for that. So yeah, I'll give it 2 hours or so. And I'll go 2:15. Yeah, I go 2:15. It was good. It was good effort. Yeah.
It's pretty generous. Okay.
It is generous, but you know what? It helped me. It was good. Everyone on the show felt like that. It felt very much like they were going toward everything was directed straight toward Mania. That felt very focused. And even the would be throwaway segment, the tag match with the club and the Miz Taraj had Karl Anderson's boots, so that was redeeming quality right there.
And it was built off a segment that is leading to WrestleMania, which is good.
Right.
All right, yeah, I'll
We're
go.
building up that Andre the Giant Battle Royal. The Dre.
Gonna win. I'm gonna go an hour 40. Say an hour 40. Because I thought it was cool to see Ronda Rousey interact with some people who weren't McMahons. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, I know. And you know what else was kind of crazy too is that like she and Kurt Angle suddenly had this like Kamala, Kimchi, Umaga, Alejandra Estrada thing going on where Kurt Angle is the only one who can control Ronda Rousey, and she will like literally rip Mandy Rose's arm out of her socket unless Kurt goes up to her with the urn or whatever he's got, and he's like, "No, Ronda, no, don't do it, Ronda." Oh yeah, okay. She's just an out of control maniac whenever she gets in that mode.
I need Ronda to change her eye makeup though.
I mean, if there's, it seems to be the only thing anyone wants to talk about anytime she's on TV is her eye makeup. It's
distracting. It looks like she didn't get any sleep.
Yet Shayna Baszler gets a free pass. So weird, right? So
well, Shayna Baszler also is a little bit more accomplished in the ring.
Oh, in the professional wrestling ring?
Yeah, in the professional, in the 20x20, four sides. Yeah, in that kind of ring.
This is a tall hill to climb for Ronda, so good luck to her. She gets through this, and I'm sure things will be just fine on the other end. But you know what? It's going to be a very, very tightly structured match. H is going to be in there. H is going to have things under control. Everything's going to be very tight. But for now, you got Ronda interacting with like the Dana Brooks and the Sonya Deville's of the world, and it's going to get a little messy. But hey, Paige was good tonight. How about Paige tonight? She did a great job. Yeah, she kind of lifted that whole segment out of like it was kind of in a little, Paige came out and brought that whole thing to life.
She really
just put her with Ronda. That'll work. So
yeah, it's almost like Ronda could turn over a new page.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, every time Paige says, "Don't forget the Paige drinking game." Every time Paige says, "Baby girl," now you have to take a drink.
So many times.
I loved it.
So many times.
She's working that in. It's good.
Oh,
there, baby girl.
So, jeepers. All right.
Pardon my awful accent.
Yeah, that wasn't even close to her accent.
Yeah, well, what can I do?
All right. Well, I believe we are not doing a show tomorrow night because everyone's going to be at SmackDown, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So we'll be back at some point. I'm sure there'll probably be a Raw wrap-up next week for the go-home for WrestleMania. But until then, for Mainstream Matt, I'm Mad Mike, and apparently Sork's still doing the other show in the parking lot, so you can also go there and keep it